women slaves to their gender. And the funny thing, if you ask a man, in my opinion, he would not even know the answer. Because at the end of the day, he is the one who is carrying the table, paying all the bills, fixing the sink, and he also calls it a normal Tuesday. As a woman, I probably should not say this, but how about you reflect on how much you actually give and do?
Men have the freedom to ditch their traditional gender roles just like women do.
Yes, absolutely. Why not?
I think that might limit them sometimes, but I feel like everyone should have freedom to do what they want to do, no matter what sex they are.
You should be able to have that freedom. Everybody should have the liberty to do whatever they want in a relationship.
Exactly.
But is it frowned upon? Yes, for men, yes it is, of course.
What do you think that does to his dating options and why?
Well, they probably limits them by a significant amount if he's looking for women, but
I prefer a traditional woman. I want to take care of you, and I want you to take care of me emotionally, and I'll take care of you financially and physically. That's me. If you ditch that, you're probably going to get with someone who doesn't give a shit about you.
Women's gender roles originally were just to stay at home and be housewives, and men were to go to work, and they're still expected to do that and provide for the family, but women aren't in a way, you know what I mean?
So does he actually have the
We
freedom,
do know what
or
you
do
mean.
women enforce these roles based on their selections in men?
I think it's a man's choice. And women, I think naturally women probably want to procreate, and so generally would reinforce it, but if a man doesn't want to do that, then it's his choice.
I think a lot of girls expect the man to provide and work while they stay at home, and if a man doesn't want to do that, then that it decreases his options.
So what they're trying to say, yeah, sure, you have all the rights to change it and do whatever you want. It's your choice, but you are gonna have consequences. The consequences are gonna be clear as day. But if a woman chooses to do whatever she wants and ditch those gender roles, then somehow there are no consequences. There should not be, or else it's the man's fault. He's a bad man for not accepting it.
What do you think that does to his dating options and why?
What does it do? I mean, it probably limits them because a lot of women have a different, set boundaries. But I mean, once you find the person that is okay with it, it works.
So does he actually have the freedom, or do women enforce those roles based on their selections in men?
Probably enforce it because everyone has boundaries, but...
So do you think that men are slaves to their gender roles?
The word
I would
slaves.
like to say no, but then I guess you could turn around and think, are women slaves to their gender roles as well?
No,
Well,
they're
yeah,
not.
but do you think that a woman has to cook and clean and do all those
No.
traditional things to be with
No.
men?
No.
That you said women have to?
No, do you think that women have to do all those traditional things to be with men?
Don't lie.
No.
Don't lie. Don't lie. You know the answer is a clear no. It's not no. No. Women made it sure with modern feminism that it's a clear no.
No.
So then wouldn't men be more likely to be slaves to their gender roles than women?
Then probably.
Yes.
Why do people think male loneliness is self-inflicted if women's mate choice still overwhelmingly rewards traditional masculinity?
Yeah, unfortunately, women want the top 5% of men, and so that leaves just 95% of men with no choices.
Why do
Or
women complain
bad
about a
choices.
gender pay gap if men typically have to earn more money in order to be chosen by women?
Because in today's day and age, women are single mothers, they live on their own, they're lesbians, and they also need to make as much as men do.
The single mother lost me. The lesbian got me. Fine, I understand. You do you, sweetie. But the single mom is single for a reason, right? Unless, of course, the dad is unalived somehow. That's a thing, But majority of the cases, it's a choice. There is alimony behind it. And unfortunately, she has the choice to still go and work and earn while taking a high percentage of his money while he's working maybe for even less. So he's screwed either way.
If a man doesn't want to be the provider, protector, or initiator in dating, is that attractive?
It depends on what the girl wants, But personally, yes, that's not attractive. That's like I would want a man to provide. I wouldn't want him to like it depends. Like if he's just staying at home doing absolutely nothing, I
Yeah.
wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
Why are gender roles optional for women but mandatory for men?
I feel like they're optional for women because women
Made it
have
like that.
a idea that they don't have to do certain things if they don't want to do it. But
Idea.
men, you can have that same
In
idea,
their brain.
but you just won't be chosen at the end of the day.
I don't think it's necessarily that way. I think that we're opening up more as a society for both roles. But yeah, probably the male traditional gender role is moving a little bit slower.
Why are gender roles optional for women but mandatory for men?
This is like waking me up. I'm not gonna lie. Like these questions are
That's
waking me up. I don't
actually
know. I couldn't
nice.
answer that.
That she
What would it
said
look
that.
like for men to fully opt out of traditional male roles?
Terrible.
Well, okay, honestly, I feel like if they completely like switch sides, they would just be at home cooking, cleaning. But
Oh, oh, yeah. We talked about it in a previous video how it is easy to cook and clean today. Like, if men figured out how easy it is, especially with like takeout, like order ins, AI robots, or a cleaning lady at the end of the day who could come once a week and clean for you, and you can support that job as well. I mean, there's so many options. So if a man wants to marry a woman just for cleaning and cooking, women are screwed because men are realizing that they don't need a woman to do that. They can do it themselves. It's so much easier than going out there and working a full-time job.
I think it should be equal. Like I feel like both the woman and the man should be working, providing for the household,
Yes.
and also
This
cleaning
is
up
my
as
stance
well.
too. Yeah. This is my stance. I feel like we live in such a society where unfortunately both parents need to work. They both need to bring some type of an income. If it is only on one person, it is too stressful for the man to go out there and provide for the whole family. Like people cannot even afford having an apartment. They have to like rent an apartment for the rest of their lives. They are leaving almost nothing to their children for the future. And it is really terrible. Like they are thinking in advance to save money so they can at least put them in universities. You know, it's really hard. And then we are talking about gender roles. No, society made sure that we both need to be the providers, and we both back home need to take care of the kids, take care of the household, and it needs to be equally balanced like that, or else it is really difficult. Like you have to have one income that is really high, and then we can talk about these gender roles, or it's like we both need to contribute equally. In the majority of the cases, this is it. We both need to contribute equally. Somehow. It doesn't mean that we both need to earn the same amount of money, but somehow we both need to give our time and attention and everything in between to the household.
If a woman seeks independence, we call it empowerment. If a man seeks freedom from his obligations, what do we call that?
Probably laziness.
Why is there a difference?
Perfect.
Because a man
There
is
shouldn't
like
be.
seen as like he's supposed to be doing this.
But the woman
Do you
is
think men are
supposed to be
slaves
like,
to their
you
gender
see
roles?
what is happening?
Yeah, if you want to be a good husband or a good boyfriend or whatever role you're playing in your relationship, then I feel like you have to play that role and you have to play it well.
I feel like men should be slaves to a point. I don't mean slaves in a negative way. I mean, make your woman happy, she'll make you happy. If for some reason
Then we're
you're
slaves to each
not
other.
understanding the gender roles, it's probably why you're not happy, in my opinion.
Who enforces gender roles more, men or women?
I feel like women do.
Women.
How?
Women, they say that you're supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do that. And I feel like men, on the other hand, are pretty much just relaxed and laid back. Now, a lot of traditional men may enforce it, but I feel like women overall more likely to enforce those gender
True.
roles.
Why are gender roles strictly enforced in straight relationships as opposed to same-sex couples?
I'm not sure about that. I think the gays have it absolutely, they have the best situation possible.
Thank you for admitting that. By the way, gay marriages are the least percentage-wise to end up in divorce. It's two men together figuring out shit and being able to live without a woman. We're screwed. Women are screwed. I am telling you, we are screwed. And did you know which one is the highest percentage of divorce? No. It's not straight men, straight women. It's lesbians. Two women together. They end up in divorce way higher than any other marriage. Just saying.
Open relationships, everyone's happy. I don't quite understand why it's different in traditional relationships.
I think women will
We could
prefer
talk
for
about
the
it.
man to do everything and like pay for things that need to be paid for. But when you're dating same sex as I am, it's kind of just like, oh, okay, you're paying, I'll get you next time. Okay, you're paying, you're buying me this, I'll get you next time.
Interesting. And is it terrible? Are you feeling sad, stressed? What is something wrong with that? Oh, nothing is wrong with that. It's completely normal. Interesting. This is exactly what I am saying. Like, get each other's back. Have each other's back. Be there for each other whenever someone can, and that's it. Like, figure out what works for you the best and don't enforce any gender roles in it.
When women go out with women, they'll often split the bill and hold the door open for each other. Why is it as soon as a man's involved, he has to do all the work?
I think women consider it more respectful for the man to do the things for the woman because of traditional habits.
Wouldn't it be polite
have
and
that
respectful
squirrel
for
in the
women
back.
to do all the same things for men?
Yes, like me as a woman, I do the same things for my guy friends and things like that. I think it would be a lot more respectful.
If a man ditches his gender roles, does that make him a woman?
No, I don't think it makes him a woman per se. It's just what he chooses to be.
Oh man, if you ditch your gender roles, I mean, it's literally called gender roles. If you're not doing your role as in your gender, then I guess you're not that gender anymore.
If a woman ditches her roles, does that make her a man?
No, absolutely not. No one says that.
I feel like women have
Get
more of a
this guy
say-so
and
in
this
this
woman
because
together.
a man is more prepared to take care of himself, whereas women feel like sometimes they want to be taken care of. They don't need to be. Let's not get that twisted, but sometimes women want to be more than men.
What happens to relationships if both partners reject traditional roles?
Oh my God.
Then I guess we just have a completely different culture in society, and that's probably where we're moving.
If
That is
equality
probably
the goal,
where we're moving.
should expectations decrease for everyone or increase for everyone?
Decrease.
I think it. I don't know. I think maybe decrease, and I feel like everyone should be doing the same thing.
Do we judge men more harshly for not fulfilling roles
Yes.
than we judge women?
Of
Yes.
course.
Why is that?
What a simple
I
question.
feel like
bro.
men have a certain stigma over them that if you don't do what a man is supposed to do, whatever that's supposed to mean to you, then you're not a man.
So how are men not just slaves to their gender roles?
That is true. That is very true.
What would it look like for men to fully opt out of
That's
traditional
sad.
male roles?
I think you would see more men in like childcare, in traditionally feminine workforces. That'd probably be a big one.
I don't want to see that. I don't like it. I mean, it's nice and what's not, but that means that then women would have to do some other jobs because men took over, let's say, the easier job or the job that requires more emotional than physical work. Like labor work is definitely not something women would strive to do. That's why gender roles need to exist in specific areas in specific ways. And don't get me wrong, when it comes to the physical power, like men should be the ones who do the physical work. Empathy, emotions, nurturing should be for women because these things come easier for them. It is something that makes their life easier. Like you as a man can do something way easier than a woman do, and you should actually want to help a woman out physically to make her life easier because it is easy for you to do it at the end of the day. But if she has to do it, she's gonna struggle and she's gonna feel it. And if you love a woman, if you love your woman, you're not gonna let her go through it. But the same thing goes with the nurturing part, the emotional part. Like she needs to take care of you emotionally to stabilize you and make sure that the house is also fine, beautiful to look at, zen mode, spa mode. Like I think there are things that comes easier for men and things that come easier for women, and we should not debate that. It should be the natural kind of way, and we should not even talk about it. It should be there and we move past it.
We would have less roads and less buildings
I
and
have to
less
admit he is the
construction in
smartest
general,
from
less
them all.
sewage, less of a lot of things that men do
yeah.
to build this community.
Yeah,
Would
Women
society
not be able to
function
do it.
differently if large numbers of men stopped protecting and providing?
Oh
Well,
yeah,
yes, I think it would.
definitely.
I mean, well, I think that women are obviously working more within the last 70 years and conforming to, what was traditionally seen as a male role. And so it's just we are constantly changing. Culture is constantly changing. Roles are constantly changing. So nothing's traditional anymore.
Do people still prefer traditional male behavior even while saying roles shouldn't matter?
Yes, I think deep down for many people they do, although I think there are parts of society that are changing, but women do appreciate assertive men. We prefer men that take care of us. Yeah, a lot of women do.
Is there a difference between what we say we believe and what we reward in practice?
Actions speak louder than words.
If a woman seeks independence,
True.
we call it empowerment. If a man seeks freedom from obligation, what do we call that?
A lot of people would like to call it cowardice.
Not attractive.
Why might those reactions be different?
It depends who you're talking to and probably where you're from.
Because if a man runs from responsibility, people see it as him running from his role. And if a woman seeks freedom, it's empowerment because, like I said earlier, other women like to stick beside other women. And a lot of men won't do that because they'll frown
They
upon other
should.
men for doing exactly that.
Yeah, it's so interesting that women would call each other empowering and they will stick with each other, but men would not. They would also put the stress on the man to like perform and step up because he's a man and he should do it. So it's not only the women putting it on the man, it's other men putting it on the man. But also, did you notice how if a woman ditches her gender role and goes do whatever, the world just continues as it is? But if a man does it, everything lets loose, like all hell lets loose. So, and then at the end of the day, you say like, oh, it's not important. Like men can do whatever. It's not important. No, it is. And this is why we should appreciate the men out there who are keeping the world as it is because they chose these gender roles and they stuck with them.
Should fairness mean equal rights, equal responsibilities, or both?
Yeah, I think it's a both situation. I mean, equality just means, the freedom to be able to be who you want to be.
At what point does unfairness become injustice?
When it actively affects how you can live your life.
Can you define the word emasculate?
Emasculate, like strip a man like of his masculinity.
Emasculate means to deprive a man of his male role or identity.
Yeah.
So is emasculating men humiliation or liberation?
I don't know what liberation is.
Freedom.
Oh no.
Freedom?
I feel like it's both because like you're liberated from the normal male roles, but at the same time you're humiliated because someone doesn't feel like you can take on those male roles.
If a man doesn't want
True.
to be the provider, protector, or initiator in dating, is that okay?
As long as you're upfront
Yeah,
about
it's
it
his
and you're on the
choice.
same page,
Yeah.
do what you want.
Yeah.
If a woman prefers not to cook, clean, or be nurturing, most people accept that. Should the same acceptance apply to men in reverse situations?
Like I said, I think it depends on your partner. I love
Yeah, I
cooking for my
think it's-
partner. It's
yeah,
it's really
it's an
all about
individual
if you're
thing.
communicating.
It's
Do we
about
judge
communication.
men-
It's about actually from the start letting people know what you are, how you are, and what do you expect from your partner and what they can expect from you as well. If you're a person that doesn't cook, doesn't clean, and you don't do it for yourself either, like they need to know that before committing to you. And you also need to know what their stance is when it comes to providing. If a man providing and bringing the money and taking care of you financially. Like you need to know, is he up for it or does he want 50-50?
More harshly for not fulfilling roles?
It's really all about if you're communicating.
Do we judge men more harshly for not fulfilling roles than we judge women?
I think men judge themselves harsher.
Definitely.
Why would women appreciate the sacrifices men make when men are required to make those sacrifices to be with women in the first place?
I don't think they're necessarily required to. It's a choice because of what attracts women.
But there's a lot of girls out there that say they want all this and all that, but then they still get them with a man that like does absolutely nothing, stays on the couch,
Why does modern relationship often mean modern privileges for women, but traditional obligations for men?
Because that's
And
evolution.
things are no, that's not evolution.
Would society-
Yeah, okay, then for men that's devolution. That is not evolution for men. It's evolution for women. It's literally abusing the system. It all started with feminism. Feminism was supposed to be something positive, turned into modern feminism that is completely negative. It is negative for both genders, by the way. Nobody is happy at the end of the day. Not even women. I am telling you, and men are waking up. We have more and more of these podcasts where men are speaking, male courses. I'm not talking about like this terrible toxic masculinity that is going around, but they are trying to wake up men in order to see what is happening and stop it before it is too late. And I am up for that. My whole channel is kind of about that, because I don't want men or women to be single and not find each other and fight each other and blame each other. I want them to have a medium, to find a way to exist together and find what is useful, what is good for both genders, and what also can work for both of them to be together. Like what women can expect from men and what men can expect from women, and how these women and these men need to step up and be that role in order for us to actually have families, have a future. I mean, you can sit here and argue we don't need any more people. But while you are arguing that in your own country, there is another country that is overpopulated with people. And if you think about it, maybe for now, this works for you, but I am sure in the future, it's not going to work for your kids or your grandkids or the kids of your neighbors that are your closest or family members. You know, like it really is terrible. It should change.
Function differently.
That's evolution.
Would society function differently if large numbers of men stopped protecting or providing?
Yeah.
How so?
Because a lot of women now expect the man to buy them expensive things, provide, spend a lot of money on them, you know, wife them up, have kids, while they do absolutely nothing. Well, they clean the house, you know, make sure everything's done, while they just provide all the money.
Can true equality exist if only one side can safely reject expectations without social or romantic punishment?
Okay, so I think that kind of a question is something that will evolve over time. We think one way now, but in 20 years, we might think completely different culturally.
Where do you think we're headed?
We will have to.
I think we are headed into a much more open society, a much more blended society in terms of race, ethnicity. So yeah, everything is just becoming more open.
That's true, and everything is becoming more open, but also at the same time everything is becoming more and more close. I could see if things continue happening like this, and this is just my opinion, let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with me, more single women out there, less fertility, less women becoming mothers, more depressed people, more sad people because of loneliness, and more people blaming each other and each other's gender for it, instead of actually looking at the broader picture and figuring out shit earlier before it's too late.
Would society function differently if large numbers of men stopped protecting or providing?
Definitely.
Yes, society would function differently.
How so?
Definitely.
I feel like there would be an overwhelming amount of men that would just lay comfortably or be comfortably in a relationship and not want to do anything. And women wouldn't be okay with that. And I feel like a lot of relationships wouldn't be in existence today.
Yeah.
What
So
would
more
a
and more lonely
genuinely
people.
role-neutral society look like for men and women?
It would mean that you could do anything as a career that you would want to do, and it would.
If we give that choice to everyone, I don't understand her idea here. What kind of utopia is she talking about? If you give the choice and the freedom for everyone to do whatever they want to do and not have to work hard to provide and whatever, it means everybody would, of course, choose the easiest job to do with the least amount of money just so they can live comfortably, and that's it. And especially if the society doesn't expect them to step up and do anything about it, and nobody cares and nobody's talking about it, they're going to be more and more lazy. They would not have to do almost anything, and then it's going to be like a survival mode. It's not going better, it's getting worse.
Like men just staying home, more men staying home than women to take care of kids.
Do people still
That's the only
prefer
thing she thinks
traditional male
about.
behavior even while saying roles shouldn't matter?
Yes, people do prefer traditional male behavior because that's what you're used to seeing when you're growing up.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between what we say we believe and what we reward in practice?
Yes, there is a difference in what we say we believe. A lot of people believe in freedom in a relationship, but at the same time they want someone to be a traditional male or traditional woman in a relationship.
Do you personally support men having the same freedom to redefine themselves that women have gained?
Yes, absolutely, but not my husband.
Why
Oh,
not?
interesting.
No, my husband needs to work.
Oh, that is such an interesting thing. She is so hypocritical. It's unbelievable. Like, from the start of this video, it's like, yeah, you have the choice to do whatever you want. But if you, as a man, choose to ditch your gender roles, you are going to be lonely forever because no woman will want you. So then they don't have a choice. Their choices is be with a woman or ditch those gender roles and be single forever. What is that choice? That is not a choice. It's not like you're giving them a choice of, yeah, you're going to be happy. There is a positive outcome out of it, but you also can choose the freedom you want. There will be a woman out there who is going to be support you in choosing whatever path you want to choose for yourself. I haven't heard that answer from anyone, and it doesn't exist.
What's one expectation on men you think should change and one that maybe shouldn't?
I think one expectation of men that should change is that they should always be the ones to pay for things and like take control of the house. I think that women can also, treat their man, because I'm in a lesbian relationship, so we like to treat each other, One that I think shouldn't change is a woman just like getting things done for her husband sometimes. Like, I understand, like, you want to come home to a clean house, the dishes done, dinner, things like that.
And lastly, if the rules were rewritten from scratch today, what would be the fairest standard for everyone?
That both men and women can both work, and it's not like one has to work and one has to clean the house.
So you would basically say that gender roles should kind of just disappear for everyone, you think?
Yeah.
Do you think that most women would find that attractive, though?
No.
Oh, no, they should not disappear. Gender roles should exist, as I said, in specific areas, and you in a relationship should be talking about it from the start, what works for you better. These things should exist, and there is a gender role in it. Like the physical part, the nurturing part that we talked about, the emotional empathy and whatnot. Like there is something that you are better at doing in a specific gender. And that should come easy for you, and you should step up when it comes to that, in my opinion. Like it should be something that you don't even have to discuss. It should be something that it is how it is. But yeah, I understand when they say that they need to equally do everything and equally have the freedom of choice, and like it's really difficult. It's really difficult. Like I think it's the easiest to stick to our genders and our gender roles, but I don't think we can live in today's society doing that. We have to like actually de-evolutionize or go back to the 1950s where people were complaining and do it the same way with a bit of different roles in order for everyone to be happy. But I don't even know if that would make us happy. Like, this is such a topic that I think it's more individual. So let me know in the comment down below what you think. Are men more slaves to their gender roles? What happens if they actually change? If they have a choice to be free or not, and would the society look any different? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That is it, guys, for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. And also, heads up, my merch is almost live. My website is almost live. I will let you know on Instagram as well as here. I will post on my YouTube whenever it is live, and you will have a link in the description for my merch design. And all the designs, especially the first ones, the limited edition ones, are gonna be for the men out there, exactly for you guys. So yeah, I'm so proud and I can't wait to share that with you. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.